Okay, so the initial plan for this hoist was to just I made that, cut into this, I think it's a 6x6, kind of plunged out that piece. I was going to slide it on these 4x6s, and then, I'd have a real nice secure post going up after I put a bolt through it, 1/2 inch all thread, but it's not tall enough. You can see here it's just not making it up on the cut. So what we're going to do, luckily, I have a copious quantity of salvage lumber. I'm going to cut this big old 4x6 in half and then use that. I'm going to try to figure out a way to rig it up on there. Okay, so this is going to be the first test of the winch now, or engine hoist. Well, both of them for that matter. The only bad part about this, right, that I'm worried about would be the knot up there on the top, right, on the top beam. There's a knot that will weaken the structural integrity of that beam. Also, these lag screws. This should be supporting probably a third of the weight, something like that, you know, or a fourth, or you know, something along those lines. So it's not going to be a whole lot of weight, but if I'm picking up something very, very large like that boat engine we're about to pick up, those lag screws are going to be very important. If they slip out, then it's going to fall down. But let's go ahead and give it a try. See, these are actually tangled up. Put them like that. There we go. Yeah, and that's not a lot of weight, you know. It's not too much weight, but I'm still very, very interesting. Now, I also got this carabiner, which is rated for, I think it was like 900 pounds or something crazy, maybe 1,100, about $10. What I can do with this actually is when I get it up into position, you know, this would be somewhere on there. Well, not with all that junk on it, but you know, ideally maybe I'd have a chain on this, and then what I would do is have this on whatever load, put the chain on there, and then release the pressure, so the winch wouldn't be supporting all the weight permanently, right? Because as you know, a winch like this is like a horizontal winch, not like a lateral winch. So it has, the gear reduction is by planetary gears, versus a you know, an actual hoist winch, right? A lateral winch would be that would be a worm drive, which can't kind of go back on itself, no matter, you know, how hard you try with it. There's a lot of friction, so to prevent it going the wrong way or whatever. Versus the planetary gears, not really. But that's why I added the snatch blocks. This is a 2,000-pound winch, rated for pulling horizontally, you know, like a truck or something. And you can get into coefficients of friction and all that nonsense, or just put a snatch block on it, and then it'll probably be okay, right? To raise up 100 to 200 pounds, you know, multiplied by 3 is about what the rating would be on it. And the snatch blocks are only rated about 500 pounds anyway, so I'm not going to be pulling anything higher, or not going to be pulling anything that's more heavy than 500 to 400 pounds. So this motor's hydraulics aren't working, which would be why, obviously, I have to do this. They're working fine, I can just pop them on up, slip it under, but, you know, a little bit of extra work, never hurt nobody. Okay, so we've ran into our first issue, which I didn't necessarily expect to see. There's no anywhere to grab onto the motor, you know. There's no hoist attachment. So I'm going to have to figure out something. I'm going to take a couple minutes, get a good look on it, and see, you know, what the alternative would be. Okay, so here you can see the winch in action. I had a big problem with trying to find out where on this motor I could attach the hoist to, but I ended up just putting a little strap on there, and I made sure it wasn't touching anything too vital. It works really well. You can see here. I don't have a lot of meat up top on the snatch blocks, but yeah, you can see there it's free floating, and it works real good. I got a block under there for the fin, just to keep it from I don't want all the weight to be on the hoist if it doesn't have to. There you go. So yeah, I don't need all the weight being on the hoist. So as long as I can lift it up, move it around, and then put a lot of the weight back down on that fin, so that the lower end and everything is being supported, that's fine. And we got the wire, maybe a little bit of a clearance issue, but yeah, that's the hoist. You could lift up all kinds of stuff with it. That's easily maybe 400 pounds on there, and it's lifting it up without an issue. Hope you enjoyed this episode. There's going to be plenty more to come. If you haven't seen the boat building series, go ahead and check that out. Part 1 should already be released. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.